What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This week we're going to be doing a video about the Mandalorian, but before we get into that, have a look in the description below. You are going to find a link to my new website. On that you can go on there, have a look at the pictures I've done on YouTube already. You can download them for free and print them off if you want to use them as a reference, or if you just want to colour them in. That's up to you. And also on that you'll be able to find a link to my YouTube channel as well, which you're going to get a few little bonus bits on. So go and check it out, like, subscribe, and check out the pancake video I've done on there. So with that all being said, let's get on with the video. You need a pen. Doesn't have to be one of you. Will need a pen, a piece of paper, and if you want to do it with pencils, it might be easier, to be fair, to do it with pencil. So let's get on with this Mandalorian. We're going to come down to about here in the paper. His hat's going to probably finish about here, so the middle of his hat's going to be about here. And all we're going to do is make a little line about that size straight across. So we're just going to make a little letterbox to start with. And then once you've done that, find the middle, come across a little bit, and we're just gonna, this is gonna be the opening of his helmet. So we're just gonna come down to about the same size. If you see, that line's about the same size as that one. Right, from here, we're just going to come out a little bit from his helmet, because this opening comes right up to the edge of his helmet. So we're just going to make a line down, and we're going to stop. We're not going to go down as far as here, we're going to stop just past halfway. So we're going to come down, stop about there. And the same thing on the other side, and then just flaring out a little bit. Brilliant. So it should have something looking like this. Okay, so then we're just going to join these lines up. You can go straight, we can do a little curve. I'm just going to do a little bit of a curve. Like that. So even if you've gone over here, it's not going to make much difference, because you're going to shade all this in. So let's put a little bit where his face might be. So we know where, when we're shading, making this all black, we know where to go up to. So next we're just going to carry this line on just a little bit past the top of your eye opening, and then I'm going to do a straight line across here. So to do this, make sure, if you need to, because I know when I draw my line, I'm better at doing that. If I draw it like across like that, I won't be as good. So I'm going to turn my paper around and draw a nice straight line across like that. Okay, so you should have something that looks a little bit like this. So next up, we need to draw the top of his helmet. So this line is like this, the centre bit of his helmet. It's going to come up just, it's about the same size as that line. So you're going to go up and then around like that. And then all you need to do after that is just join up where his helmet is. So it's like the crown of his helmet. Okay. Pretty good. So next up, we're going to leave in line with this line. We're going to do the little cheekbone bit. So we'll leave a little gap. And then we're going to go down, so you can see, you can imagine if I drew a line all the way down there, they're about the same distance away. And then do the same on the other side. And then this is where we're going to draw, again, that little gap will be about the same for where we're going to join this line. Round, down, and then do the same on the other side. Okay, right, so next one, we need to add in, I like to put in he's got like a cloak, and over the front of his chest that comes over a little bit. So I'm just going to do like a puddly line, and then I'm going to add some extra bits in. There's little ruffles for his where his cloak would be, or his cape. Okay, and then I'm going to draw a little. I'm just going to draw a line, and it's going to go out. A line out for his body, and his legs are going to carry on that line as well. Okay, so this is where it gets a little bit tricky. If you're doing it in pencil, it's a bit easier because you don't have to think about where you're going to put all the little details for his like gun belt and his all the little pouches and pockets he's got in. So if we're going to do stuff on his belt, you need to add that in now before we put the belt on. Okay, maybe you might have a couple of bits on there. And then also we can add on some of the stuff that's going to go on the belt that goes diagonally as well. Okay, so if you're doing it with pencil, you can just draw the belt in and then add them on, and because you can rub out. Okay, so let's add the belt in. And we're going to do the same for his belt that goes across his chest. And then maybe you've got a few little lines on here as details. Brilliant. Right, so next up is trousers. I'm going to carry on that direction of that line is going to come out. Do a few ruffles because his trousers are a bit wavy. Then you're going to find the centre part of his trousers, like that, and then we'll ruffle it out a bit. Okay, in the one I've drawn, I've got him wearing like these little bits for like his shin pads maybe, and then you're just going to do a line where his boot line would be, and you can do the same on the other side. Okay, have a little look, catch up if you need to. So this bit can be tricky, and if you want to, you can do all this bit in pencil, might be easier. Okay, so next, from the middle of his leg and then out a bit, we're just going to do a nice big circle, or half a circle like that, and then we're going to join, and then we're going to go down and out, and then we can add the bottom of his boot in. Okay, and this line can stick out a little bit, so we can make a nice big boot for him. Okay, so along that line, in line with here and here, I'm going to draw another nice semicircle. It's got to be about as big as this semicircle. This is going to be like his toe cap. So this boot's facing to the one side, and this one's going to be facing forwards. So we're going to do a nice big semicircle, and then we can just join his boot up like that, and then again put the bottom of his shoe on. See, I've just overlapped those bits and joined it. Okay, next bit, almost there, just need his arms. You can add a few bits in here as well. Some little knee pads. Okay, maybe add a gun holster. And a nice strap on his leg for his gun holster. Okay, you can add the details in later. Right, so for his shoulder pads, we're just going to make nice, almost like circles with a bit of a point to it, and then the same on the other side. So we go down, stop, and then under. And we're not going to give him much arm, we're just going to do a little bit of arm, and then do a straight line across for his glove. Okay, so this one's going to go down and stop here, and the same. So these lines are coming closer in together, and then where his fist is, it points out a little bit, goes down, and then it's going to roll in where his finger is, and this one's going to go where his thumb is. And again, we can add a little bit of armour plating on his hand. Okay, next one, same thing again. Just going to do a little wobble where his arm gloves are. A line that just it's just slightly bigger because that's where his glove's going to go. And then these ones are going to point to come to a bit of a point together. Where his knuckle is, it's going to stick out a little bit. Then it's going to go down and circle around, and then his thumb's just going to go around that. Okay, if that's tricky, you might have to have a couple of goes at that. I did. And then add some extra armour. On this arm, I know he's got a control panel where he controls lots of his weapons. And then what we're going to do is, when you're colouring it in, just make this bit black. And there it is. So I've on my webpage, if you have a look in the description down below, I've left a link, and if you want to, I've done a picture on my computer as well of the Mandalorian, so you can print that out and colour it in, and also I'll show you what it looks like here and see if you can match the colours and colour it in as well. Hope you enjoy it. Send me in the pictures, it'll be amazing. Bye.